You know, I really love the beginning opening scene that you have for the last bounty.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it fits pretty well with all the pans and plant stuff you were doing. So I kind of tried to copy a little bit there to make it
Really?
fit with you. Yeah, because before I never really did anything like that. I mean, Pathogen doesn't have any planet scenes or anything.
That's right. Hello, everyone, and this is JediMasterRonin with Seismicfilm and Air13ek. Is that how you say your name?
Yes. Hello.
Okay, good. And we're here to commentate on Star Wars: The Last Bounty.
Which is
If you're
awesome.
watching this, then congratulations.
Hunters have their place within the Empire.
You can see that little Stormtrooper commander in the background with his red pauldron. Pauldron! Is that a pauldron?
Yeah, I think. Pauldron, we'll just call it that.
The, the important part is that I totally screwed up on my part and gave him a blue one instead of a red one.
He likes to
Because I
change his pauldron.
I actually own a red one. It's just the way I organize my figures. It sucks, and I don't. I've lost Revan's lightsaber or whatever. Oh, and I've gotten way off topic. The important part is that that's a and I hear dogs.
Yeah, we forgot to introduce the
One
dog.
needs to play like the technical difficulties music, right?
Sorry.
Dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun,
fine.
dun, 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 dun,
Exactly.
The burning of your home. A true pity.
So,
The troopers who did that.
So is it like
tell. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. Is there like a story behind Corsa's injured eye? Is there like a story behind there?
Just as soon join the alliance.
Yes, actually. Seismic, you know Kursk the best of everyone here.
He's too much of an asset.
He's,
So, I
I
love that dog in the background. So professional. That's fine. Seismic, you know the story of Kursk the best, though, right?
of his backstory.
Of course, we wrote this on like webs.com at the time when we were writing the script for this collab.
You'd
Yeah.
better.
And
It's kind of a
Keep in
it
mind,
was
Commander.
kind of laggy
I
and
don't want the Rhodian scum to influence him.
glitchy, and you had to copy and paste a
Yes,
word, but
Sergeant Charlton and
it's
I
still kind
know.
of
follow
fun.
him wherever he goes.
it brings back nostalgia. Oh, and here's the intro that I made
Yeah,
for the film.
it's not full screen because the way I was doing it would get rid of all the text.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the way I was making it full screen. That's why I didn't know better.
Oh well. Mine's not in full screen either.
It just looks weird when it's full screen and then not full screen.
Yeah, I can see that. We used Luke's Skyhopper, I think,
Mhm.
for Kursk's ship.
Yeah, it's a little. He has a little model in the movie of it.
I love the design of Kursk's ship.
Oh, indeed, yeah. It's really awesome. Now, Brennan, does your sister voice the computer panel here?
I think one of his sisters voices Hop. This scene was really hard to edit because I had to mask out that back part with the
Oh, come on.
the hyperspace, and then like sometimes the camera would move, so I'd have to move the mask.
Didn't I?
And
yeah?
the hyperspace clip wasn't very long. It was like I don't know how long, 10 seconds. So it was like constant looping.
I love that you used a stand for his seat. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And for the computer monitor thingy.
Kursk and his starship Hop, right? Hop was the name of it?
Yeah.
How did the name Hop originate again? Sorry.
I don't even know.
Also, sorry for my absence without grabbing a can of Mountain Dew.
It's okay.
Going to
Yes.
Nevada. Dun, dun, dun. And then we get black.
Long periods of blackness, and then a roadman.
And then
This is one of my favorite sets, definitely.
This was
because you're
the
sitting
introduction.
there.
This is the introduction of. Oh, I love that. I totally forgot that you did that with the little bit of water falling down the plants like that.
And of course, Eric voiced Mr. Tarek. Yeah, that kind of rhymes.
I always love me interacting with Ronin, especially in this movie. I don't know why. It's like Aquino has like a thing for humans. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. I think I wrote Aquino
Yeah,
mostly
you
that
did.
way.
You kind of role played it. You wrote Aquino, I wrote Tarek.
Uh-huh.
Kind of
As
snowballs
far as
chance.
Tarek
Okay.
goes, I've heard a lot of people talk about Tarek's voice as being weird. And yes, it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I remember when Josh approached me with that. Remember,
Yeah.
Josh?
It was for one of
Yeah.
my other films, From the Shadows, which I've never finished. I don't know why.
I remember. I've watched that so many times, actually.
Really? Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
that's where Tarek's from, and that's where I got the voice. I don't know why. I like the voice of Lork, which is kind of what it's based off of.
I always
Yeah.
get idea though that Tarek just had like some sort of weird accident where he inhaled too much fumes or something and torched his throat.
Maybe it was the shock collar.
That could be.
That's true.
But then again, he spoke fine before that.
Yeah, so yeah. You never know, guys.
Another goof on my part. He's not wearing the shock collar here, but I was an idiot and put it on for the character in my part. I'll point that out when we get there. But I love that set of Aquino's house.
Really good.
There's because Josh and I had to put it together on our two different ends. So the blend that is difficult. Oh, there he is, Flay Moret.
Which was voiced by the Brady 25.
As far as his fate goes, we'll get into it more later, but
Yeah.
people found his part in the film was the one thing that we could have elaborated on, and I wish we had time to be able to explain
Really
what happened.
know he'd become such a fan favorite.
I know, right? But
I kind of like him now too, though. I kind of was thinking about doing a spin-off movie with him.
He's very un-Hondo, though, so
Yeah, I know.
that's what I like about his character as far as the weak-way aspect goes.
And his shop with all the guns and stuff.
I like this scene a lot.
I know this is one of my favorite scenes in my entire part. I like the dialogue in here; it's real cool.
Well, any of the confrontations with Korsk and one of the main or secondary characters, you see all this tension between it because he has to do this to help his family.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to, though, and these others are very suspicious of him.
And the dialogue is really excellent.
Well, thank you.
I think I was writing Korsk in this one.
Right, and so I was the one who was writing Flay Moret, correct?
I think so.
I'm sorry, I have terrible memory for these sort of events, but the important part is that we got it done through... Oh, that music. That music's so good. And for people that don't understand this scene, the idea is that Aquino had hacked that security droid there from a distance.
That's why you got Ronin's voice name.
It's you.
That's me. Oh, I love that rocket launcher.
Oh yeah.
Just blow open the door. That's what Korsk does. He just likes to blow things up.
As does any good bounty hunter.
I love this scene too.
Overwhelming firepower. I love that.
Oh.
I didn't notice it first, but you had put like little rockets behind them that exploded.
Yeah.
That I didn't notice that those were the reasons the wall was blowing up.
Yeah, he kept
It's
missing
a
a favorite
fast
rocket.
paced, really fast cut
Yeah.
scene. But I wish we could see more of Hop. You don't get to see her a whole lot in this video, and
Yeah.
or my part for that matter. She's completely absent. But Hop, yes, she is voiced by Ladria, who voices Ladria. Ironically. Sorry, I was absent for that part when Eric had asked me.
Yeah, this is a little bit more, of course, backstory. Kind of
The thing that
he feels collapsing under the pressure.
Yeah, sorry. One thing that we were very wanting to do was to make sure that both of the primary characters had relatable backstories, and you can understand where they're coming from. You have to pick a side, sort of, because people naturally want to do that.
think anyone's gonna hire me for an honest job? I'm
I like that line too.
for Karks.
That also helps because most people would just probably try to find an excuse for why Korsk is doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like how he lets him loose. He's like, he trusts him.
I assume
Mhm.
It's really kind of a testament to his personality.
right.
And then that.
And he throws him into an escape pod there, which looks huge, but still, it looks really good.
This ship was kind of small. I want to make it bigger than it is, like Luke's version.
To be continued. Man, when I saw that this came out, I was so happy to see the realization. And I talked to Eric about it, and this was back in the time when stop motions were sort of dying, but we were coming out with our best. And
we were trying to keep it alive, yeah.
I'm really, really happy with the way this thing turned out. So, let's move on to part 2 then, shall we? And here we are with part 2.
Of course. We're on his Rodian background.
This was actually the introduction of Tarek's Padawan.
Yes. Which I didn't intend when I came up with the character.
Yeah.
Because I don't even have that figure.
Yeah, that was the problem. Since Siesmic couldn't have her in his part.
So expensive.
Sir, we have
Here.
barely paid you anything.
Me and Ronin were joking during the scene because I have a fear of snakes. I told him to just bring a snake up and kind of have the same fear.
And then we also mentioned spiders and get.
Spiders.
I don't even know what kind of spiders they have there.
I gave you a couple extra lines for you to use. That was funny.
One thing that I find hilarious, and that I always wonder what people think of, is I use the word guests. The word GHEST is a predator on Rhodia. It's a large, sort of shark, snake-like creature that native Rhodians like to hunt. But it sounds like the natives are hunting guests, like actually on the planet. I always feel so bad about those lines in this episode because it sounded great on paper, but when it's done, it just sounds like they're hunting guests, and I'm really hoping that this commentary will shine light on that.
Yeah, of course, just lands and they just shoot him and eat him.
I absolutely love this set here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Amazing job.
It was supposed to be based off of how the Clone Wars vision of Rhodia looks, with like the dome over the top of the city.
Yeah.
I love that. Ladry actually drew those things up in the sky. They're like their lines for the dome.
Oh.
You can see them up there. She made those, and I put them into the video.
I like the clay Rhodians too.
Thank you. They're really hard to intermingle with the others.
Yeah.
But I was running out of extras, so I made clay heads. It's just
They look good and they look realistic.
Thank you. And here we blend in Siesmic's part of the set with mine. I wanted to give him red carpet for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And so, for other people trying to figure out what the heck he's actually doing here, he's finding this datacron that gives information about the hidden village of that Pequeno went to. You see a Geonosian there?
Oh yeah.
There's another clay person there.
Is it Taz?
Yep, that's Taz. Though he's missing his wings, so maybe that's not him. And here we're introduced to the Rhodian village. The idea of this place is that it's supposed to be one of the central hubs to like a bunch of our characters. Korsk is going to live there. Pequeno is the cousin of Ladria. This was where she grew up, etc. So we're going to be seeing this village again sometime in future stories, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make it.
I'll probably have to film it for you. What big out of it? Just guard.
I
All the villager stuff was.
Aw,
Little guy.
I love the Ronin child.
That was a Jawa figure, actually.
So that's what
Yeah.
they look like. They're just Russians.
All those little tunics that the Lordian people are wearing there is made out of a napkin, actually. A cloth napkin. You'll see it on the guy that walks in, yeah.
I remember talking to you, Ronin, when you were filming this. You said that the flies and all the bugs kept getting at you when you were trying to film outside.
Yes. Filming outside is a nightmare, but it looks good.
It does, yeah, it does look good. Oh, this popped up.
Yeah, everyone likes
There's-
him too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I hear all these characters and people are like the side ones.
Mhm.
Papa, I was like, what?
We didn't even give him a name. He's just Papa. But
I love
this
that
guy.
there's so many Rodins and I can remember them all. That's why.
That is. You see that thing glowing there, the Datacron type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That glows there in Korsk's hands. That's supposed to signify to people that he's finding their location.
Oh.
I'm hoping that wasn't too hard to figure
I love
out.
this scene here.
And here we have.
So real.
Really?
It looks so like. You can just let. Ugh. Oh, what's with that guy's face? What happened to him?
That's Charton. He wasn't in the first part, though Seismic had written him, and I got creative liberties to design him however I wanted, I guess. And then there's the commander who has the mysteriously changing pauldrons. You'll also note that even Flay Moret has a different head than he did in the previous installment.
And we can't make it perfect.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Maybe.
This was also the first time I ever used one of these rope lights that I got from like the Home Depot. So you can see that like all around the face.
And the lighting is really ominous.
Well, thank you. I don't think they have this much over-the-top lighting inside of Imperial Shuttle. Maybe. Oh yeah, and this explains the plot, why they meet, and why they can't just go after him, why they need a bounty hunter, etc. But there's a lot of family ties in this story, you'll note.
There is. I never thought about that before.
Flay doing it for his son, Korsk doing it for his family, Quino doing it as sort of an obligation to his cousin, etc.
Also, he goes to his village.
Exactly, which is where his family is from. So I'm not sure. We don't actually know whether Quino's Papa is actually Papa. Could just be a father figure, elder type.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I first watched it.
Mm-hmm. So they stuff him into an escape pod and like,
Yeah.
you're cool in space. We're fine with that.
And the reason he's wearing clone armor is I think we're trying to say he was like selling it or something.
Mhm.
But the real reason
Oh,
is just because we don't
For
have the
people
same body.
that don't know what happens to Flay Moret, the idea is that Hop, Korsk's AI ship, comes back to find Flay while he's out hunting Pequeno. And because like she felt bad that he was just stranded in space, so she saves Flay's life.
I love this scene.
That's what we had.
You wouldn't enjoy being in my room at night with me.
See that little plant in the corner? That thing kept dying on me.
Oh yeah.
It's a real plant.
It's a real plant. I went outside and ripped it out of the ground.
I had to put a fake plant in mine. And it
Oh,
got
really?
water, but your fake plant doesn't get water.
No. There's Salacious Crumb's head on the wall. It's like those.
I never
Does the-
noticed that. Oh my gosh.
I hate those monkey lizards. So.
So you ripped his head off and planted it on the wall.
Yep, it's a trophy.
I love the scene because it's so many jokes in there. That's what I love.
I love seeing Eric's part in this, but once because he had such a memorable Jedi character you don't normally see with such a really high-pitched sounding voice.
It's from the shot collar.
That he's still
It is-
wearing.
Why is he still wearing that? Maybe it stabilizes his throat.
No, he just likes the look of it.
It's true. It's totally.
Got to accessorize.
The pad one, that's your sister's voicing, correct?
Yep, that's Ranger, the other sister, and she does a fantastic job.
Dark!
And there's Dlark.
Voiced by you.
Yep, with a higher pitch. Here you're going to see Noli throw a lightsaber and it magically changes color. Whoop, it turns from black to silver. Oh well.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just made by itself how Quinn panics here. Should be that funny, but I found it funny.
Like how you had the little lines and stuff.
There was another part where Kaquina said hunting guests. And I'm like, oh, I screwed up again. There's another napkin. I love using those things. They look so indigenous.
Napkins are indigenous. It does have a little leather texture kind of thing.
Then see, going inside the Elder's hut again. And for some reason, Korsk decides to strangle him. I'm not sure why.
How would they get information on Pequeno?
I guess. Oh, I feel so embarrassed about my voice acting in this scene.
No, I think it was good.
Yeah.
Your lines as Korsk were fantastic.
I had a cold.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I remember that.
So I redid them, and then you didn't like the ones I redid. You liked the original. I was like, I had a cold.
Oh my goodness.
I always imagine, since Pequeno was related to Landra, I think that Korsk should be Logan's cousin.
That's an idea. His much larger and friendlier cousin.
Yeah.
Well, I say friendlier as he beats the snot out of Pequeno.
That was one of our ideas, though, is that Pequeno wasn't the fighter, so Korsk would, like...
I love
Yeah,
the
this
music.
This was the first time that I had a fight where just Pequeno gets the snot beat out of him. I say that a lot. He couldn't fight back at all. Korsk was awesome. And
The
in case
glass
you couldn't,
here was awesome.
thank you. I got some stock footage and used that.
I remember writing this, and then I gave part 2 to Ronin, and I was like, man, I feel bad. Got so carried away with writing this. I was like, they bust through the window. Korsk steals a ship, blows up the
I really-
ATST. I was like, whoa.
Yes, I remember that.
I was like,
But
oops.
I was fine with doing it on the condition that I was able to have my way, that none of the Rodian civilians die. That was sort of a
Kill them all. No.
that was sort of a request of mine that
I don't think I had the Rodians. I think I had the Jedi die, but that was before we had Tarek.
you also had some other huntsmen die. I recall having a big beef about that. But as it stands, they just get their houses blown up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, in case you can't tell, I did film this at night.
And this is Korsk's house burning. That's not one of the villagers.
Right, yeah, sorry.
Sometimes people, I don't know. First time I saw it, I got confused, but then I figured it out. That's Korsk.
Yeah, I did film this at night. It had like a bunch of floodlights outside. And I filmed it on like 3 or 4 different days, all at night. And there were like moths everywhere around the stupid lights. That's real glass.
Fun fact, that's real glass.
And of course goes up into the ship and blows the heck out of it
Redemption!
That's awesome.
Fiery redemption!
with a huge explosion that would have killed everyone. But I shouldn't have done that.
But it was
Still.
I like this scene. Pequeno's like,
Aww.
oh,
The redemption. And nobody died! You can make a good story, not everyone has to die.
this was one of Ronin's things. He wanted to end on a good note.
Yes, this was my doing, I admit.
I'm like, no, everyone needs to die. It needs to be sad. He's like, no.
He is sick.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how I sounded.
Well, the Jedi could have like pushed the blast out of their range too.
Yeah.
That's possible.
I like this conversation. It's a bit long, but it was important to wrap up all the story elements we had developed.
None of this would have happened if I just said no. You were right.
Yeah.
That smoke looks really fake.
But if it wasn't
Not
for
really.
you, everyone would have died. You saved the villagers.
But now that their secret village is known to the Empire,
I like this part here. Oh, by the way, they don't even. The Outer Rim Imperials are stupid. They don't even.
That's true.
It's like
That was
it
that was
works.
the only way we could make it work, though, because otherwise they're like, "Oh, imp backup coming soon."
Part 3.
Yeah. And speaking of part 3, we also have another I remember one of your biggest requests for this part was to have the Stormtrooper commander survive.
I gave him a name. I forgot.
Yeah, and a lot of people sort of see that. Well, I say a lot of people. There's like one person, that'd be my mom. She says like, it ruins the happy ending. I'm like, but it wasn't my doing.
Oh, sure, blame me.
Oh, we'll wrap it up well though. There's gonna be the continuation of this plot.
Maybe.
That Stormtrooper, he's gonna have some sort of part. I'm sure you'll figure it out. And here's, of course, the part that links everything together, because I can't stand making something that isn't linked to anything else.
Everything.
Great ending.
Thank you.
Great ending.
Asteroid.
Almost like these little potatoes up in the sky, those are moons. The idea,
Potato moon.
Rhodia has like 4 different moons, so you can see like 3 of them up there, and I made sure to show some of them to make it accurate.
So, you know what the fate of the Jedi after this is? Or will that be shown in part 3?
Well, they're gonna hang out at this village, that's for sure.
But
Which makes it central hub. They might meet up with Ronin and Ladria, assuming Ronin survives Order 66. And
I have a Ronin figure.
I just feel so happy about how this film with its 2 parts came together. And it makes me want to film more myself, you know?
Yeah.
I really wish that there was more time to it. The main reason I haven't been able to work on anything recently is because my camera's busted. Seismic, I know you're working on something special. Yeah, you won't tell them.
Multiple things. I'm not telling anybody. You can interrogate me. You can.
Thank you all for dropping by for a little commentary on this. I hope it provided some entertainment, and definitely appreciate it.
Hopefully our backstory thingies were entertaining. Maybe you were like.
I'm hoping that we'll get to be able to continue the universe and legacy of stop motion in the future sometime. It's sort of at a lull point with everyone, and even with all this rumors about what the new Star Wars is going to be like, it's sort of all a waiting period. We know that more Star Wars stuff is going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to like undo some of the expanded universe canon? Is it
Probably.
Ever? As a result, there just hasn't been a lot going on.
But I definitely want to visit these characters again.
And I definitely want to see some of Eric's stop motion plans come to fruition. Though I know you've been incredibly busy of late, man.
They'll come around, guys. Don't worry about that.
That'd be fantastic.
I got some stuff planned, some cool stuff that will link actually to Ronin and Siesmicfilm storylines.
Yay.
Yes. But yeah, Eric and Seismic and I, we all sort of have a cohesive universe. I'm pretty sure even Rocky is involved with the stop motion universe as it is. It's sort of a quasi, roughly linked Star Wars stop motion universe. But yeah, there are even a few other people I'm not going to mention just because I've forgotten. No, I'm kidding. I haven't forgotten it.
I've just completely forgotten them.
Did Rocky do the Dawn? Connect with the Dawn?
He did plenty of stop motions, and me saying it like that makes me sound really stupid for not remembering the names. But no, his universe is involved as well, and so. Ooh. He's gonna hate me for this. No, I can't remember the dang names. Oh well. I thank you all once again for listening. Sorry for dominating this mostly with my voice. I'm hyper on caffeine. I had a Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew. And may the Force be with you all.
See you guys later.